Pike Place Market. We begin in the place where Seattle truly comes alive. Pike Place Market. Established in 1907, Pike Place Market was created to connect local farmers directly with customers, eliminating middlemen and lowering food prices for the community. What started as a simple farmers market has grown into one of the most iconic public markets in the United States, welcoming millions of visitors every year. As you walk along these cobblestone streets, the energy is immediate. Flower stalls bursting with color, fresh seafood laid over crushed ice, handmade crafts, street musicians, the scent of coffee drifting through cool Pacific Northwest air. Just around the corner stands the original Starbucks. Opened in 1971, this modest storefront changed global coffee culture forever. The original brown siren logo still hangs proudly outside. At Piroshki, the line often stretches down the block. Their handmade pastries, filled with smoked salmon, beef and onion, or sweet cinnamon cream, have become a Seattle ritual. And at Beecher's Handmade Cheese, transparency is part of the charm. Through large windows, you can watch cheesemakers transform fresh milk into rich cheddar using traditional methods. Their flagship mac and cheese has become legendary, creamy, sharp, and unforgettable. Pike Place isn't just a tourist stop, it's Seattle's heartbeat. Chihuly Garden and Glass. A few steps away, color and imagination take over at Chihuly Garden and Glass. This exhibition celebrates the life's work of world-renowned glass artist Dale Chihuly, born right here in Washington State. For decades, Chihuly pushed the boundaries of what glass could become. Instead of simple decorative objects, he created immersive environments, installations that feel organic, alive, almost fluid. Inside, towering chandeliers of molten reds and golds stretch toward the ceiling. Delicate glass tendrils twist like sea anemones. Some pieces resemble coral reefs, others look like alien botanicals from another planet. Light plays a critical role here. Every reflection shifts color. Every step reveals a new perspective. Outside in the garden, the glass sculptures stand in contrast to natural greenery, framed beautifully by the nearby silhouette of the Space Needle. The combination of steel, sky, and fragile glass creates something uniquely Seattle. Industrial, artistic, and imaginative at the same time. Space Needle. Rising 605 feet above the city, the Space Needle has defined Seattle's skyline since 1962. Built for the World's Fair, themed The Age of the Future, The design symbolized humanity's optimism about space exploration and technological progress. From the ground, its saucer-shaped top almost seems to hover. Inside, the elevator ascends in just 41 seconds, climbing smoothly along the tower's exterior. As the doors open, the Pacific Northwest unfolds in every direction. On clear days, Mount Rainier appears in the distance, massive and snow-capped. To the west, ferries cut through Puget Sound. To the north, Lake Union sparkles with sailboats and seaplanes. The observation deck now features rotating glass floors, offering a thrilling perspective straight down. As sunset approaches, golden light spills across the skyline. Glass buildings reflect orange and pink tones. Water mirrors the sky, and then comes night. City lights flicker on one by one. Streets glow softly below. The skyline transforms into something cinematic, calm, luminous, almost meditative. Up here, Seattle feels endless. Washington Park Arboretum. For a completely different atmosphere, step into nature at Washington Park Arboretum. Covering more than 230 acres along Lake Washington, this park is managed by the University of Washington and is home to plant species from around the world. Winding paths lead through forests of maple, birch, and towering conifers. Wildlife is part of the experience here. Coyotes occasionally roam the area, and a reminder that even within city limits, nature remains present. Among the most impressive residents is the giant sequoia, a tree species capable of living thousands of years. Standing beside it feels humbling. Dogs walk alongside their owners. Ducks drift quietly across the water. Leaves fall in autumn, covering the paths in gold and crimson. Here, time slows down, the city noise fades, and Seattle breathes. Bruce Lee Gravesite and Water Tower Observation Deck. At Lakeview Cemetery, history and reflection meet. This peaceful hillside cemetery overlooks Lake Washington and serves as the resting place of martial arts icon Bruce Lee and his son, actor Brandon Lee. Bruce Lee moved to Seattle as a teenager and later opened his first martial arts school here. Though his life was brief, his philosophy and influence reshaped martial arts cinema worldwide. Visitors from across the globe leave flowers, coins, and quiet messages of gratitude. Just a short walk away stands the historic Volunteer Park Water Tower. After climbing the narrow staircase, you're rewarded with sweeping views of downtown Seattle, Elliott Bay, and the Olympic Mountains in the distance. It's one of the city's most peaceful panoramic viewpoints, far less crowded than the Space Needle, yet equally powerful. Seattle Locks Cruise. Seattle's relationship with water defines its culture. Cruise through the Hiram M. Chittenden Locks, often called the Ballard Locks, offers a front row seat to maritime engineering in action. Completed in 1917, the locks allow boats to move between the saltwater of Puget Sound and the freshwater of Lake Union and Lake Washington. As your boat enters the chamber, massive gates close behind you. Water levels gradually rise or fall, lifting vessels gently like an elevator for ships. It's quiet, mechanical, precise. Along the way, you'll see floating homes, including the one made famous by the film Sleepless in Seattle. Marinas filled with sailboats and historic industrial bridges opening overhead. Seattle doesn't just sit beside the sea, it moves with it. From Lake Union, the city skyline reflects beautifully across calm water. Fremont Troll and Gasworks Park. Seattle's creativity shines in unexpected ways. Like beneath the Aurora Bridge, where the Fremont Troll grips a real Volkswagen Beetle in its concrete hand. Installed in 1990 as part of a neighborhood art competition, The Troll transformed a neglected underpass into one of the city's most photographed landmarks. Nearby Gasworks Park tells a story of reinvention. Once a coal gasification plant powering the city, the industrial structures were preserved and repurposed into public art when the park opened in 1975. Colorful pipes and rusted towers now stand as sculptures against open sky. From the grassy hilltop, you'll find one of the most iconic views of downtown Seattle, especially at sunset, when the skyline glows behind Lake Union. Industrial past meets green future, perfectly balanced. Downtown Night Walk. As darkness settles in, Seattle reveals its final transformation. The Seattle Great Wheel lights up the waterfront, its reflection shimmering across Elliott Bay. Inside Pier 57, neon lights and historic photographs tell stories of the city's maritime and gold rush past. The angular glass facade of the Seattle Central Library glows like a crystal lantern in the night. In the Chinatown International District, tradition continues through late-night restaurants and glowing red lanterns. And in Pioneer Square, Seattle's oldest neighborhood, brick buildings and cobblestone streets whisper stories of the 19th century. Back near Pike Place, neon signs flicker above quiet sidewalks. Seattle is layered, historic yet modern, industrial yet artistic, calm yet alive, and long after you leave, it stays with you.